So let's go to our code. So all this code that loads the data and sets the data using an adapter, that's the code that I want to run on the onResume method. So let me just copy this code, override the onResume method, and then I can just do the super to invoke whatever is in my parents class. And after that, I will just paste the code to load the students. Now, Guilherme, that's pretty ugly because you have copy and pasted code and you told us before that's pretty ugly. And it is pretty ugly. So that's why I'm not doing copy and paste here. What I'm gonna do is please load students. That's what I'm going to invoke. And then I can just create this method and the code will be here. And instead of doing this on the onCreate, I can just remove all code from here. But notice, do I need to load the students here? Let's take a look at the activity lifecycle again. The resume method is always invoked, even the first time that you start your application, your activity. So the resume method is going to be invoked here. What I did was just to make it clear that what it's doing is loading the students. So load students is loading the students from the database. So now I can remove this comment from here. So let's restart our application. So I'll just stop the application. I'll save with the onResume method, and I'll build the project again and run it. I'll run the application. So now let's try to add a new student. So I'll try to add a third student here. The third student is called Carlos Felicio, and the rating is going to be 4.5. Let me just cancel the keyboard. 4.5. Okay, 4.5. And I'll add the student here. Carlos Felicio was created with grading 4.5, and here it is, Carlos Felicio in our list. So what we learned here was about the life cycle of our applications, or of our activities within the application. So several activities are running within my application, each one in a different life cycle state right now, and they just play along together. So why? Because they follow this life cycle diagram. So whenever you need to remember which method is going to be invoked in which part of the life cycle, you can come back here and understand them. Let's just take a look at two small things that I didn't tell you about, but whenever it's on the on pause or on stop state, if there's another app with a higher priority which needs memory, your application might be killed. So if there's something you need to save, please save it while pausing or stopping, because it might be too late when you try to resume your application. So even if your application is running, it just might be that the user switched to another activity, so it's on stop. In this other activity needs more memory, has higher priority, it's going to kill your application, kill your activity. And when it kills your activity, that's it, it's gone, and then when it comes back, it's going to call the onCreate again, and then you need to reload the data. So remember, if you have sensitive information that you need to save, remember to save the data before you lose them. Another thing is, if we go back to the code that we created, I believe I did not fill in the methods completely in the student DAO, and I'm pretty sure about it. Here we have it, data.put, the name and the grading. We need to set all of the fields. So let's add all the information of the other fields, the name, and then we have the address, which is the student get address. Then we have the, what is the next one? Phone number, which is the student get phone number, sorry. And then we have the website, which is the student get website. And finally, we have the email, which is the student get email. So now we have to create all those getters. Are we going to create it? Let's take a look soon.